If you get back from work tired, it's normal that you may not have full concentration. As you begin overextending your wake hours and delaying your sleep while also being exhausted from work, your brain might begin tricking you, like sensing stuff around you, or maybe hallucinating, seeing shadows passing by. At least that happened to me before. So, what does that have to do with Nolan? Even though I haven't said his name yet, let's get to him before these ghosts do. As for the video itself, it seems like these ghosts are still doing some light work. The man, Nolan, was back home after a long day of work. I don't know what he does for a living, but I'm not trying to marry the guy, so who cares? The man was exhausted and needed some rest, so that's exactly what he did. He didn't even go to his bedroom, he had to sleep on the couch. Poor man, not only did no one appreciate his hard-working day, but there was no one in the house he had to wake up excited for. Though that didn't last long. Unfortunately, the girl of his dreams didn't just walk into his house and make love, it was the ghosts. As he was dreaming around him, the paranormal began taking over. The door behind him, which could be a storage room, began swaying left and right, which eventually made noise that woke Nolan up. He thought he was seeing stuff because he was still dizzy, so he got back to sleep. Not long after, the door once again moved on its own, slamming loudly, which made Nolan jump in fear. These ghosts definitely had a point to make here with Nolan. They wanted to tell him you will never walk alone, though their approach to convey that message was a little off point. For the first time in a while, or maybe ever, we have a Russian investigator who isn't exploring a witch house. Then where is he? Who is where? If you are asking about your father, maybe you should try the new AI chat system. They say it knows a lot. Let's go back to our Russian fella, who, surprisingly, has a name. His name is Timofey. Timo said that some people spent a night or two in this house, and during this time, they witnessed the scariest events of their lives. They went to use the toilet, and there was no seat. It was a squat toilet. Now to me that would be the end of my trip in this place, but to them, it was just some shadows they saw. Now here comes Timo, who thinks with his simple tactics and simple equipment he can communicate with the ghost. So he sat up his stuff, sat down, lit a candle, and before it gets romantic and he starts touching himself, here comes the action. Something in the closet right in front of him is shaking. And while Timo was stepping closer to see what was causing the noise, the wardrobe closet behind him started making some weird noises too. The scariest thing was how clean it was. My closet looks way more rusty. After Timo checked to see if the noise was coming from the doors, it started to get more aggressive, but the problem was that I had already had enough during the build-up and my hand was hurting me, so I was turned off. And in the investigation video, things also got more aggressive, with glass being thrown, chairs flipping, and the only door other than the exit door got stupid, which means it was closing and opening repeatedly. Heck, even the camera stand was scared to a point where it started running. I know the last one is some Disney shit, but it was actually present in the video.
Тихо, 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 тихо. Не получается открыть его. Блин, чем его открыть? Это мыши, что ли? Мы теперь без нее никуда не будем ходить, раз получается так. Тихо, 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 тихо. Черт. Ну-ка, 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 стоп, фонарик. Что-то странно себя все ведет оборудование. Но это очень странно, потому что никаких ответов мы не получили. Еще одно. Тихонько. Тихо, 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 тихо. Посмотрите. Черт. Опять она за свое. Твою мать! И мне становится еще более интереснее здесь находиться. Но я очень надеюсь, что мне хотя бы еще... Очень надеюсь, что камер хватит мне еще хотя бы на час. Опять. Камера в хлам. Камера в хлам, а у нас все продолжается твориться так. Хватаем эту камеру. Эту камеру срочно. Тихо. Грома. Беру с собой. Погодите. Сейчас. Зацеплю. Куда ее зацепить? Сюда зацеплю.
I don't know what that voice coming from the talkie-walkie was, but it's either the ghost or some girl was investigating a different area and she had enough. It was like a pregnant woman struggling with her baby who was shadow boxing inside her stomach. One of the strangest rituals I have yet seen on the internet. Yes, I have seen some stuff that can literally disrupt your sleep, but this one is strange in the sense that it's way too simple and seems unreasonable. No one knows why the man even conducted the ritual, and it's been 6 years since the video was put out for the public to see. The video comes from My Village Plants. Not like My Village has plants that did create the video. The channel that made the video calls itself that. The man is putting some stuff together. He had a paper with some stuff written on it, lying in front of a mirror that was lying on a wall, while he had a peacock feather stuck to a potato. I have no idea what he was trying to get into, but they say that peacock feathers are associated with Lord Krishna and are often considered symbols of protection. So what was this man trying to protect himself from? We will never know, perhaps. When it comes to the ritual itself, he had the potato feather thingy held up facing the mirror while saying some stuff in the process while some people were trying to contact him, as you can hear his phone ring in the video. It didn't take long before an expected creepy event took place. The mirror right in front of him was shattered to pieces. In fact, it exploded so fast you could have easily missed the event. भैया पूरा भैया युद्ध कहाँ उछलेगा। हाँ भाई भैया बहुत जोर भैया सब देख लो भैया तारीख ले ले भैया बिथरी जैसे कत्ते तेज आवाज है। ठीक है तारीख ले ले लिया भैया सामान दिखाओ। So what was he even trying to protect himself from? Maybe one of his relatives has done some witchcraft on him secretly, and somehow he found out that something is possessing him, so he tried to cleanse himself? That's my theory. The number of ghosts that are allegedly haunting the place in the next video is just outrageous. Maybe it's a little over-exaggeration, but to be frank, having like 5 or 6 different spirits haunting a single venue is abnormal. As if there were a standard to how many ghosts can reside in a single location. Regardless, this takes me to one of the most known places to be haunted in the state, and it takes all of us, not just me. It's like a trip. Ian ventures his way to McIntyre Villa in Kansas, a mansion built in 1889 for wealthy saddlemaker John McIntyre. This place is known to be haunted by many different spirits. It's almost a select character screen. Some of these characters, some of these spirits that linger around haunting the place are John, the previous owner of the mansion, his wives Alice and Anna, a soldier named Charles Donovan, who for some reason lost his life in the library section. I don't even know what got him there in the first place, but we move on. There is also Isabel, who is a woman allegedly used to conducting witchcraft down in the basement. Ian began by using his EMF detector, and so the noises began echoing. The noises weren't clear about what they were or where they were coming from. However, it escalated, and these sounds began taking some form. As female whispers were heard, they were more likely to be the spirits of John's wives. But why not Isabel's voice? She was also a female, because she does her work down in the basement. The investigator caught an anomaly while taking photos, where a white floating thingy appeared in the picture. But this was an appetizer, because what followed was even scarier, where a full-bodied manifestation appeared, a white-dressed figure. Ian knew it was game on, so he headed down to the basement, where the door behind him slammed shut, almost trying to trap him down there. There were some dolls, baby dolls. What of them? Well, one of them had her head separated from its body by itself. The rest of the dolls were not moved at all, though. In a glass cabinet, there is a marionette. I don't know what it represents, but I'm sure it freaked the man out as he heard it pounding on the glass it's contained inside. We may have not heard it, but what we all can hear in the video are the bone-chilling laughs that echoed from its chamber.
Hello? Spirits of the McIntyre? Are you here with me? My name is Ian. I'm simply here to visit and say hello. Could you make a sound somewhere in this building? Yeah, I think that's what it is. I'm pretty sure it's just coming from those. What was that? Hello? Is there someone there? Could you speak to me? I'd just like to know your name. I don't know what that was, but I heard it sound like noises. Oh my God, dude. Okay, I'm hearing like crazy noises out there right now. What is going on? Hello? Will there be the digital here in my hand that I'm taking pictures with? Or one of the video? What the heck was that? There's some weird anomalies in that one. Is that you? Let's see if I get him again. Now they're gone. That was strange. There it is again, dude. I keep hearing a female whispering over there. Are you speaking to me, Goldie? I sure hope I'm catching that. If you are, thank you. Those whispers. What the was that? Dude? What in the world was that? Come on. Turn on. Dude, I just saw something. Fly through the air over here. Goldie, was that you? Oh my goodness, what the hell is that? There's yarn coming out of that basket. I'm not getting much else for spikes right now. Are you still there, Goldie? I swear to God, I just heard walking over in that direction. Goldie, was that you? Holy moly. Got all kinds of weird stuff in here. Hello? I don't know what that was. Goldie, is that you? If that was you, make another noise. Whoa, what? Dude? No way. Dude. Hello? Who's in here? What the? Dude, this door just shut. That door just shut. It just shut right behind me. And there's no one in there. I looked. Oh. Alright, who's in here playing games with me? Show yourself. Ooh, what the? Oh, dude. There's somebody in there. I need to get out of here, dude. I just swear to God, I just seen a full-on figure. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Work. Flashlight, dude. Work already. Who's there? Okay, okay. Whoever's back there, just show yourself. Alright? I'm not playing around. Oh my God. Dude. There's no one. There's no one here. Alice? Are you up here? Okay, there it is again. I saw that for sure that time. Okay, so I know I'm not going crazy. I'm just hoping it appears again. Because I want to show you guys so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Because I don't know what the heck that is. Could you appear like that again? I still don't know what the heck that was. It just appeared over here now. What the? Again, that same light from before. It was on that side, and now it's on this side. You never know with these old attics. What the? Dude? Holy, something moved over here. Was it that? Look at that chair. Dude. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Dude. I'm not gonna lie. That is unbelievable. Could you move one of the chairs back here? What the? Holy. I feel like I gotta stop bothering the spirits up here because I feel like they're getting like really agitated. Not really getting any more spikes anywhere near these dolls. What the was that? That doll's head just came off. Did you see that? I did not bump it. I did not even touch it. That doll's head just literally rolled off of its shoulders. Oh my God. You never know when something might show up. What? Did you hear that? What the? That was a clear voice. I heard that echo inside of that case. That literally sounded like a female. Esmeralda, did you just speak? Did you speak from inside that case? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I really want to be in here for much longer. Okay. Oh my god. Whoever this spirit is, this entity, they want out of there. They want out of that case. That was absolutely terrifying.
I would like to know more about the origins of this place, just so I can have an idea of why there are so many dolls in there. What's the story of that marionette? The soldier, why was he there? What drove him to take his own life? And why is my delivery still not here yet? As the title suggests on your screen, I seriously don't understand. I don't understand how she left me that day and I never heard of her. Now it has been 12 years, even though I was the one who disappeared. But that's not what I'm referring to in the title. What I don't understand is what exactly is happening in the next video. The investigator is Japanese, so I have no idea personally what he is saying. So you can use the auto translation feature available for you, but it's not the problem here. What I really find hard to understand is the events happening in the investigation. Is it so scary and complicated that even a debunker will find it impossible to disapprove it? That's not the case here. No, I bet even the investigator himself couldn't tell what was hitting him. The location is an old abandoned house. It might also be a motel of some sort, because in Japan they do have places like this as motels. It still has the leftovers of previous occupants, so it seems like whomever was living in this place had enough scary nights that they couldn't settle things down with these ghosts. They had to leave the house in a hurry, especially since we are talking about an almost fully furnished abandoned house, so the situation might have been way scarier than we assume. The investigator began exploring. The atmosphere was calm, and with the faint ambience of the rain from outside, you can almost lay down and relax with the best cup of tea you can find, all until the ghost decides to join you, as it did with the man during the video, as he started hearing some thuds and bangs, not knowing what direction it's coming from. Sometimes it feels as if something was aggressively thrown to the ground. Sometimes the sounds are coming from the window, but there was one room where the activity became a bit more apparent, and that was upstairs, as if the closet in there was telling the man, "I'm haunted."
この家にあるのか、ずっと年代物を置いてたのかちょっとわかんないですけど。何？なんかめっちゃ上からきしむ音聞こえるんですけど。いや、でもすごいもの残ってんね、これ。まあ、1階を見ただけでは、この家にどういう人が住まわれていて、なんで殺人事件が起きてしまったのか、まあそういったことはちょっとわからなかったんですけど、なので2階の方も見て、あっ！何何の音今の？そういったことはちょっとわからなかったんですけど、なんで2階の方もあっ！ちょっとよくわからん。何？ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい。何なんか、こっちに何かあんのか？てかもしかして上から乗ってたりするんじゃないの？ほら、何今の？聞こえたよね、今。ちょっと待って、マジで怖いって。上？でもなんか男の子の写真とか、ちっちゃい男の子の写真があるね。ちょっと待って、何これ？なんかめっちゃいっぱい。 けある？なにこれ何になってるの？ガムテープで目張りしてる？ちょっと待って。今階段上がってくるみたいな音がってるんですけど。何の音？ああ！何？あ！何本当に？待って。何これ？こんなん落ちてたっけ？ちょっと待って。本当にやめて。完全に圏外で、特に何かが反応するとこもないのにトリフィールドも反応してたし。ちょっと待って、何？何もいないよね。見て、あ！見て、あ！見て、あ！
Maybe there were no shadow figures or many orbs visible, but the bangs were clear enough, especially in that closet, like it's almost impossible for him to have fabricated that. Just kidding, it could be easily staged, but the video seems genuine. Through the history of human beings, they have always told us two things for certain. Never take anything from strangers as a kid, especially candy, and never answer someone whom you can't see when you're alone. The second one seems obvious, but how so? Like, are you even expecting someone to call you when you're alone? If you're alone, there should be no one to call you. You're sad, alone, and no one cares about you. And when a voice is calling you, I'm not referring to the phone. I'm referring to a real-life voice talking to you. This takes us to Bundaloga Kermish. That sounds more like a spell, but that's the name of her social media account. The girl herself said that she has experienced this phenomenon before, but this time around, it's way creepier than ever before. So what happened? Well, while she was trying to get some sleep in her room, she began hearing some voice talking and whispering. She pulled out her phone, ignored the messages from her stalker, and began recording. The voice was clear, it sounded human-like, and it was responsive, which was the creepiest part in my opinion. It was saying hello and other stuff, so it might be a friendly ghost. Isn't that right? Not really, because what followed towards the end suggests that the ghost is intentionally trying to put some fear in her heart, banging on the walls.
I'm recording this to see if I can catch it on camera this time. But I'm home alone for the night, and I swear I've been hearing noises. My fucking God. And usually this happens, but this time I'm so fucking done. Please tell me that you can hear that. This happens so much now. I'm tired.
The sound resembles a female, and what is even creepier, if I heard it correctly, it sounds more like a little girl. When taking your kids to a playground, why would you do it in the depth of night? I feel like it's the most pointless thing to do. You can take them to the mall. There is always a huge section for them to play. At least this is what I used to do back when I was little, but what do I know, right? Back in time, I used to go at any time, so I know what I'm saying. This next video features Moses, whose name for some reason I read as Molasses. He was with his kids the other night in a playground, you know, a small family hangout, playing on the slides. Not all of them, obviously. Moses was just watching over them. That night was innocent, which later turned to a night to remember as one of the creepiest experiences he had ever gone through. He noticed that there was something lurking on them. He was already recording prior to that moment for some reason, and then he caught that thing. It was like a creature peeking at them from behind the tree. They had to revisit that playground the other day at the same time when they had to experience a completely different experience. He saw the swinger, which is more like a foot swinger that has two heavy metal pedals to swing back and forth with your feet. Anyways, I got into details so you can have an idea of how heavy these things are. It requires force, yet in the video, they were moving on their own. Even though the other swingers around were not moving, not even slightly, which means it was a work of a ghost.
No te vas a golpear en la resbaladilla cuando te bajes.
¿Me bajo?
Sí.
Ah.
Mira. Espérate. Dana, ven. Vénganse para acá. Mira, a ver, miren el árbol aquel. No, la neta, te lo juro que yo miraba algo. Como que se asomaba. A ver, vengan.
Ya me dio miedo.
¿Eh? No, es que yo miré algo, neta. ¿Qué?
Yo vi algo. ¿Qué es?
No sé, no. No.
Te prometo que yo vi algo. No creo que sea, pero estaba en...
Irga, sí se miró. Sí se miró. ¡Hey! ¿Quién está ahí? Yo sí miré, alcancé a ver algo. Mira, ¿te checaste? ¿Viste?
¿Qué es eso?
A ver.
Un animalito.
Oh, mira.
¿Qué es eso? Ay, no.
¡Hey! ¡Lujo! ¡Asómate! ¡No! Ay, pues se prendió. Pero miren, chequen nomás. Estamos solos, no hay nadie aquí en la presa. Aquí vinimos de nuevo para checar otra vez lo del mentado árbol que habíamos, de susodicho árbol. No, pero pues la neta, esta vez la verdad no quisimos bajar, ni quisimos... ¿Qué es lo que puede haber ahí? Entonces mejor nos quedamos aquí, pero ahí se mira donde está solo. Mira, ahí están los juegos, donde está nada prácticamente. Ay, no mames. Mira. No me jodas. Ay, nomás chequen ustedes, miren. No, vámonos mejor. Esto no está bien, vámonos. Aquí definitivamente sí hay algo. Ahí nomás chequen, juzguen ustedes. Y mira, y nomás ese aparato es el que está. Nomás ese aparato es el que se está moviendo. No, sí está cañón. Vámonos mejor. No, vámonos ya. Bueno, nos vemos. Aquí ya mejor ya. Hay que dejarlos a gusto a los fantasmitas que estén haciendo ejercicio. Bueno, vámonos mejor. No está. Vámonos. Bye.
Even if it were for someone to try to control these pedals by some strings, I don't think it's possible. First of all, the person has to hide behind something, and in the video, you can tell there is no place close to these swingers for someone to hide. The second point is that these things are not light in weight for a string to pull them this easily. And why would he go this far to try to recreate a paranormal activity in an empty, opened area? Why would he do the same as those who didn't subscribe or watch the next video on screen?